Welcome back to Joe Stunner Boxing. There was a fight on the Next Gen card, headlined by Alan Babbage and Johnny Fisher. And I wouldn't call either of these fighters the next generation because it was between Reece Bellotti and Levi Giles. And it was for the British and Commonwealth super-featherweight titles held by Bellotti. Giles came in with a 15-1 record. He's 28 years old. His only defeat at the time was to Michael Gomez Jr. It was a split decision. He lost widely to Bellotti, who's now 33, so he's not exactly the next generation. I mean, I can remember seeing Bellotti sitting ringside for Bellotti's first defeat, which was against Ryan Doyle back in 2018. He lost in 5 rounds. He lost his Commonwealth, I think it was a featherweight title at the moment. He's a 2-weight Commonwealth champ and one super featherweight British champ. But so he's not exactly the next generation. And then he had a defeat to Ryan Walsh, split decision over 12. He lost 3 in a row, including a 3-round stoppage to Ray Ford. And it looked like he was finished. And now he's scored 5 wins on the bounce against, decent domestic level men, all with winning records, 2 of them with undefeated. Aqib Fiaz was 12-0 at the time when he beat him, and Liam Dillon in his last fight, 13-0 and 1, he beat him. So Bellotti, maybe he's found the fountain of youth, I don't know, and that's why he's on the next gen card. But I was looking forward to this fight because I thought it was a good trade fight, and to be honest with you, it didn't really gel. It's not that, I mean, both guys were giving it all, but the styles didn't really gel together. A lot of rounds were scrappy. I don't want to be too hard on them because it was a grueling 12-rounder. The crowd weren't particularly excited. It was a bit stop-start, to be honest. But there's no doubt that the winner was Bellotti. I had it 117, 111, something like that. 170, 110. Was there a point off at some point? I can't remember. I'm doing this video like minutes after I've watched it, so I'll have to have a think. But there's no doubt that Bellotti deserved the win. He won, 2/3 of the round, shall we say, at least 2/3 of the rounds. Giles came forward looking to put constant pressure on Bellotti, but Bellotti was, for the most part, he just had too much experience, too much nous for Giles. You could tell all those hard fights, including the 5 losses, he'd learned a lot from that. And at 33, he's obviously as good as he's going to get, but he's got that sort of, age brings a certain tranquility, a certain self-belief, a certain calmness that you just can't get without experience. And you could see that despite the pressure that Giles was putting on him, he was able to hold his boxing together, hold his shape, countered nice. Very often he was the first one punching, even though he was boxing on the back foot, he wasn't running. Giles was coming forward, looking to land big punches. Giles doesn't have a big punch. Bellotti has 14 KOs in 19 wins. Giles only has 4 stoppages in 15 wins. And the fight took on... You could tell Bellotti, certainly in the second half of the fight, he was really coming on. And Giles, I don't think Giles has been the 12-round distance before. I think the most he's done was a 10-rounder, a couple of 10-rounders actually. I mean, he lost to Michael Gomez Jr. That was an English title fight. He lost that over 10. And then there was another one. I can't remember who it was against, but he hadn't been 12, which was ironic because in the last round, Bellotti seemed to unravel a little bit, and Giles landed a very good hook that shook Bellotti, and Bellotti suddenly was flailing a bit. He'd lost his shape. He was looking to grab and hold, and Giles, who'd been told by his corner, you need a knockout to win, bleeding from the nose and the mouth, he really poured it all over Bellotti with about a minute to go. If he'd started earlier doing that, he might have had a bit more success or could have even won the fight. But it was quite surprising to see a guy who's not renowned as a puncher shaking Bellotti. But you just get caught sometimes. Bellotti did get caught. He was flailing around. At one point, he fell into the ropes with his back to Giles. And Giles was, I thought, a little bit unfairly reprimanded by the referee for hitting him when he had his back to him. But Bellotti fell, with his back to Giles. It wasn't like Giles spun him and tried to rabbit punch him. And Bellotti was hanging on at the end. There's no doubt about it. His legs were shaking. He was a bit stunned, a bit buzzed. But he hung tough and deserved the win. And again, a very good win for Bellotti. He's got this Indian summer of a career, really great. He's had a good career. He's ducked no one. He's fought some really good men, Bellotti. But Giles at 28, I mean, he's now lost two. He's lost a 10-rounder and a 12-rounder. He can come again if he stays dedicated, works hard. You know, he can come back, be an English champ, maybe challenge again for the British. It's not over for him. He's 28 years old. I mean, Christ almighty, look at Bellotti, losing 5 fights, losing 3 on the bounce. If that's not an example of what you can aim for, I don't know what is. So good luck to Giles in the future. Bellotti, that's the first defence of his British title. Maybe he'll look to win a Lonsdale belt. Maybe he'll get a chance at the European. That'll be an interesting fight. But at the moment, he is the British and Commonwealth super featherweight champ. So did you see this fight? It wasn't the most thrilling of fights, but it's not the worst fight I've ever seen. But tell me your opinion. Comments below. Please subscribe to the channel if you're new, of course. Thank you if you've already subscribed. And if you like the video, that thumbs up thing, give it a click. Cost you nothing. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. I will speak to you soon, and bye for now.